Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna talk about why is it so much fun to play this character. Because we've been talking about the bad things, the things that need to be fixed, but I don't think we ever talked about the good stuff. In my opinion first, Zangief is pretty hype. Even if you hate grapplers, you know a Zangief player is a pretty hyped kind of player. For example, if a Zangief player reaches top 8, you will be rooting for the Zangief player because he's just so hype. Everything he does, maybe the reason is how he has to play due to how defensive he has to be and the high damage once he actually gets in kinda contributes to that factor, but whatever the reason is, Zangief is just pretty hype. The second one is more like a design thing for me. I feel this version of Zangief is the best design version of Zangief so far. His animations are pretty well done. There are only a few I feel could be improved upon, but generally all of his animations are extremely well done. And that is something that Street Fighter 6 has going on for every single character, but in the case of Zangief there's all of these small touches, like when you hit the headbutt and you wait, he does that little shake after the headbutt, which is kinda cool. It's not technically accounted into the recovery frame, so you can cancel those into a grab. If you want to see them, you just wait, he does that thing. Also the way his muscles when he hits someone with a standing medium punch. All of those little details are really good with Zangief. Even though he's a very limited character, I feel every Zangief player plays differently. And that's something that attests to how interesting this character is. Not every Zangief player will go for the standing medium kicks all the time. Some of them will go for more sweeps, more standing heavy punches. He doesn't have that many tools. It's pretty noticeable when a Zangief player is doing something out of the ordinary. Some Zangief players like myself prefer Spinebuster over SPD. Others just like to go for SPD. It is a very interesting character. Again, even though he's limited, all the small things can be easily found when you see gameplay of a certain Zangief player. He does have ways of setting up the SPD. Basically, they cannot block all the time against this character, even if he's far. That's why I feel a lot of players hate Zangief. So the way the opponent has to deal with Zangief is by backdashing and jumping. And well, those are very strong against Zangief, but at least they cannot block forever like other characters. They need to know at some point they need to backdash or jump. While his supers usually suck, the exception is super level 3, and having that, a lot of Zangief players wake up with super level 3, but I think the real power of super level 3 is try to squeeze it between things you wouldn't expect, like if you go for headbutt or maybe a string. Doing super level 3 like that is very scary for the opponent, and I've seen a lot of Zangief players getting used to a crouch light kick or a crouch light punch, buffering the super level 3, very strong. He has one of the best command normals in the game, with headbutt, really strong. It's something we don't consider that much with Zangief because we have it, but being +4 and taking that much of a meter is significant. The opponent cannot try to reversal this thing unless the Zangief player commits to something immediately after. You can't block it, and if you go for a meaty one or a driver's one, they basically cannot do it. They have to take the follow-up or expect a gap to go for a Shoryuken. It is very strong, and also something we don't often talk about, he has the best throw in the game. I mentioned Spinebuster because I love it, and there's a reason why I love this throw. It is basically the best throw in the game, the best regular throw in the game. I wish Zangief could have more options to go for it. So usually you have to be close, and that means you do it after headbutt most of the time or after drive rush in certain scenarios like this one. I wish there could be more ways to land the Spinebuster, but once you do, this is just fantastic. We've talked about Spinebuster several times. You can do mostly whatever you want. You can dash after it to be +11 and go for a headbutt if you do it perfectly. Drive rush after it and go for another one. You can loop this thing. It is just really good, and basically very likely probably the best thing he has going on. The final thing for me is just how he plays. He's a very poke heavy character. Sadly, his poking has been not that great since Street Fighter 4, but he does have distance at least. You can establish presence from a certain distance. Now this is not perfect technically. There are a bunch of ways the opponent can escape his normals. Objectively, he has really long normals. Those are pretty good to establish the presence of this big guy, this big wrestler guy close to you. And standing heavy punch is by far a great tool to just try to close in the distance, close the gap, and start using the standing heavy punch to be +1 at least. If you charge it slightly, I think this is probably one of the best 4 framers in the game, because even though this is technically 16 frames, and if you charge it, you'll see that it increases to even above 20 something. Hold it slightly, you get the armor very early for frame 4. So technically if you are +2, +3, you can go for a frame trap into standing heavy punch. This is not something we do very often, but you can. For example, over here, you're +2. This is usually your frame trap. You can technically go for a slightly charged standing heavy punch, and that counts as a 4-framer because the armor activates on frame 4. He's just a fun character overall. There's a bunch of things that I might be forgetting about Zangief. He needs some changes, some quality of life are very necessary. As you guys know, Lariat so far has been a big issue, and Super Level 2 being that slow is also a big problem. But I feel he's, at least in terms of the aesthetics and the animations, he's really well done. And there's some things that are really strong. We just need a few quality of life changes to have this character being a really good one. I don't think Zangief needs to be top tier. I'm fine with him just being good, maybe around A. That's fine by me. And with just a little bit more love, we're gonna get there. But that's more or less the reason why I love this character. Maybe you have different ones. I would love to know, what do you think about this character? Why do you play Zangief? Let me know. Why do you play Zangief? As always, if you really like this video, please subscribe. We're gonna keep doing the guides. I just wanted a little bit of a break with some positive things with Zangief because, well, there's a reason why we play this character, right? If you like this video, please subscribe. You can also go to the Superiority Lab. We have conversations about Zangief and other stuff very often. We also play other fighting games. Take care of yourselves, hydrate, keep playing grapplers, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.